the only one I'll love for eternity. You are the only one for me. The only one I'll love for eternity.
Have a stalker. All right. So what I want to tell you is this, is that I already recorded this video and something odd happened there. And I decided I was going to re-record it and let you know if any of the same cards came through. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of the story. And this story is about a stalker that you have. And I was having difficulty being able to tell between whether this was a male or a female stalker. Okay. And I think you have both. I'm not sure what is going on with them. And I do know how that story went. So I'm just going to ask the same questions and go the same way and let you know. Actually, before I start shuffling, I should actually tell you what the story is. So you have two stalkers, you have an ex. For those of you that this is going to apply to, you have an ex who wants you back. They may have already left the person that they were with last, or that's what they're doing now. And it's not good because that person that they were having a relationship of some kind with, this could be just living together, sharing assets because they live in the same kind of house, or this could be a full-blown marriage, because I did see the Hierophant card in there. I saw the Fool card in there. I was getting a lot of joking attitude in there. Like, I'm like, this isn't a joke, but it was like April Fool's, like it was a joke. The whole thing was bizarre. But in the end, I did get, and I'll try to use the same oracles in the same order that I did, but I did get the indication that this person is absolutely lovesick over you, and they're going to need to come in and let you know that they've got some kind of a mental illness, because I don't really know how else you could ever get past what they've done to you. It looks like they're going to try to give you $6,000, or there's something about $6,000, or you lost $6,000 because of them. You could have lost assets. You could have lost money. You could have had to deal with them stealing money from you. They stole money from you. Like, it's a really big deal. So I'm not sure how any of you are going to feel about this, but I feel like this time, and that video was about an hour long. Maybe I'll just make it shorter, or maybe now that I understand the path I need to take to try to see if the answers come out the same, so let's see if we could do it a little faster, because I did do like a longer spoken introductory. Yo, boy. Okay, so we got shady dealings card here. So somebody has been doing something dishonest with money. It could be about influencing people with money, or paying people off to do things. Somebody could be paying someone. That card did not come out before. Somebody could be paying somebody to be quiet, or like, look, I'm going to pay you off, heifer, like, because there's some bitch in here and I'm not going to kid you. Like, neither of these people seem to be trustworthy to me. But I am going to tell you what went on. Okay, so let's see. Coming to America is significant. Something about the United States, something it have to do with Customs and Border Patrol, something about ICE. Okay, big break. This card did come out, but the last time it was in the upright. They're trying to get away, want to get away, in order to get away from somebody who is this person, flip and switch the gender roles. They're going to have to pay them off, or that person's going to be like, look, I don't love you anyway, because I think that the person that they're with really doesn't love them. Like, isn't one of those things like where you would be there holding somebody's hand until they took their last breath. They'd be holding your hand until they took your last scent. Okay. Like, the person they're with, it was never about love. It was either about control. It was either like winning at all costs, or trying to take somebody away from you, which is fine, because if somebody wants to go away from you, let them go. But there was never love there. But I think that the person that you were dealing with doesn't know what love is, like, literally does not know how to have a relationship, or has never had a normal relationship, or there's something wrong with this person that, I'm sorry to say, precludes them from having a normal relationship. They just do not know how to have a relationship. There's something wrong with them. And I'm saying that in a very serious way. I'm saying that there's an issue here. There were issues of mental illness that were coming up. And in that last reading, I was saying this person wouldn't pass the psychological eval. It's like they know how to pass the eval, or they think narcissistically that they would be able to convince a psychologist, or even a psychiatrist, a doctor of psychology. They think they'd be able to trick them. And, okay, so you may be able to fool one or two, but no, this is the kind of thing that even somebody with a bachelor's degree would be able to see if you looked. I mean, and for some of you, you may have already studied this person and been like, I know there's something wrong with you. And you let yourself be vulnerable and let yourself see for, because sometimes we do have to take chances in life. And maybe you thought this was a safe chance to take. Okay. Because they have a troubled past. You could have a troubled past, or they have a troubled past. We are talking about them. There's something about this person's past that is not right. Like there's something just not right. And it doesn't mean people can have troubled past. This bitch did come out before in the fake profile. They could be watching you from a fake profile. That could be that bitch because look at this, same heifer, same person, same. When I say heifer, like I'm from California. We didn't say that, but then I spent a very long time in Idaho and we do say that heifer. So this bitch, this person really could be watching you from fake profiles, whatever, let them watch. But this is a person that, you took a chance on. Somehow you felt that it was safe. Okay. And look at just like what I'm saying, this card showed up to live and learn. You can't just live life in a, code testing sandbox. Somebody could write code. Somebody could be good with code. We have the title card, okay, about the curiosity. So this person has some kind of a title. Now they could just be like a manager. Don't get mad at me if I say, but you could be working at, McDonald's and this is your manager. That person has a title. That's what I mean. There's some distinction here. It doesn't have to be like, a plastic medal of authentication. It doesn't have to be like a dollar store badge, whatever. Somebody could feel very inflated, egotistical about their badge, or somebody has a badge, and it could just also be a name badge from McDonald's. So flip and switch it where it belongs. Okay, status symbol, duh. Can't make this shit up. I'm telling you that when, the spirit is with you, it just is. Okay, so this is a person that has some symbol that gives them some status, because we were talking about that, and the card right here just flipped over. But the problem is that they were always living a double life. This is a person who, it may not even be as nefarious as some of the things that we talk about here on YouTube, but it could be that this person's double life is that they literally wear a good mask and it's cracking because this person has a mental illness. I'm telling you, like, look, if you've ever taken, psychological evaluations before, I've done it. I did it during a divorce many, 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 many years ago. Nobody asked me to. I was just like, man, am I fucking going crazy? This is crazy, because that second husband would not just let me go. He wasn't going to let me go. I wanted him to just let me go. It'll be fine. I don't want any money. And he didn't want to do that. And then it took many years to get that over with. And I went and took the biggest psychopaths. I wanted to know. I wanted to make sure, like, is it just me or this motherfucker's crazy? No, the motherfucker's crazy. Okay, so let's see. And I say that with all the love in the world, right? Okay, so let's see what else about their double life. Somebody could be, it could be as simple as that, as they didn't want you to see how literally unwell they are. You should have seen that other reading. I mean, there's nothing I could do about the fact, maybe I said too much in there. There was something that, I did say some things that probably. Okay, so we have the breaking free. They're trying to break free from this relationship because we are talking about him, and it is a him. I got every symptom of a male and a female. Now they could be in a lavender marriage and he is trying to break free, and you're also a male living to me, and I don't know how gay it gets, but there could be something like that going on, or vice versa. Okay, and look at court date. These people are getting a divorce. I'm going to put this up here with that bitch. Okay, so there's something going on with that. The Fool card, April Fool. April Fool is significant. Somebody's birthday could be April 1st. The month of May is significant. May 14th through 18th is significant. All right. And we have making peace. They want to make peace with you. I don't know what. Okay, I don't know what you could do with this situation. And this is the same exact card that came out the last time, but in a different order. This person is heartbroken over you. But they seem in that reading too, every indication was that they did this though. Whatever they did, their choice, whatever their ultimatum or their final countdown. And this card came up too. This card came up, sober life, and also clean slate. But to me, in the last reading, I said, it's like they're trying to wipe it clean. They're not like, let's just start over and try it again. And they take responsibility for their part of it. They're trying to like mind fuck you into wanting you to forget what happened, which you may have already forgotten and moved on, and you could be completely with another wonderful person. But they're thinking that somehow they want you, like, it's almost like, There's nothing to see here. Wax off. Wax off. Wax off. They're trying to hide this. But the thing is, like, in the other reading, what I was getting is that you already know. Look at gold digger. They ended up with a gold digger. You're the type of person that doesn't give a fuck whether you have money or not. You don't care whether somebody's attractive in the face or not. Like, whatever, you're like looking for a soul connection, or you're that kind of person. Like, I'm that kind of person. I don't care. I don't know who you are or where you come from. And, you know, you could have been the right person at every juncture. I never judge. You know, but you may have moved on from this thing. This is such a Valentine's Day reading. You may have moved on from this. You're already with somebody else, and maybe energetically they've got that signature, they've got that scent, or they, you know, trying to reach into the astral again. Scam alert. They could just be coming in because they're mentally ill to fuck with your mind, you guys. So I wish I had a better love story to give you, but this is not a love song. This is not a love song. This is unwell. This is obsession. This person is stalking you. That's why that thumbnail is there. This person could have been in your city or town and has already figured out where they think you are. And maybe you're not quite there. Maybe they saw you in a store somewhere, but you don't really live there full time. Or, you know, there's something different about where you live. And it could be that you have moved out of your area, or, you know, bought your house somewhere else, or rented a place somewhere else. You know, you're doing something else, or maybe you travel so much that they cannot find you. You know, but there's the element of them trying to find you. And like, if they haven't, look at invite only, they're going to try to invite you to go somewhere. They're going to try to give you something. It could be an invitation. It's an offer. It's in a letter. Be careful with the offers and invitations that you get right now with gold digger, scam alert, and invite only. You could be like, Rita, I don't have anything. Nobody's going to scam me. Yeah, but they can scam you out of your time, and time is more valuable than money. And in the last reading, I was telling you that this person is a much older person. For some of you, like for me, somebody older is going to be like an old fuck. For you guys, being younger, most of the time, this is just going to be somebody a little bit older than you that's probably young enough to be my child, okay? Because I'm 57. So I'm already old. So the people that I would be dealing with are generally going to be old fucks, okay? So look. And we've got canceled. This card came out as well. You've already canceled this thing. And there was an invitation. Maybe this is in the past, that there was an invitation that was invite only. And then you showed up at the invitation at the point of invitation, or the place you're invited to. And then it was suddenly canceled, or it was canceled on you, or you already canceled this. Okay, I think I'm getting the past here. Yeah, this is going just like it went before. This is insane. Oh, there we go. Okay, so living large. Okay, so there's something about a car and a house on the water and a house on the beach. Okay, so this could be that this is how you're living now, that you live near the water, you live near the beach, or they're just, you know, maybe this is somebody that's got some serious wealth. Okay, and you're like, fuck you and your wealth too. I don't care. All right, so it could be them. I think we're still on the line with them. This could be a very wealthy person. You know, maybe they're probably so in debt. I'd rather be broke and not own anything, but I also have no debt at all. Okay, so it gives a sense of freedom. So don't ever feel bad if you're like, well, I don't own this, I don't own that. Yeah, honey, but you're free. You can go anywhere you want to go. If you want to get up and live in New Zealand, you can. All right, let's go see. Let's go see. Somebody's going to go somewhere. Somebody's going to invite you to go somewhere to go see something. All right, now I don't know if you want to do that. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know how I feel about this for you. I'm not going to preempt this with anything that I don't see, okay? Yep, boiling point. This card came out as well. Alcohol could be involved. It could just be the temperatures. Like, this person may want to fucking fight with you or blame you for something. I don't know. This person could still be hung up. This person's mentally ill. I'm telling you, here we go again. And here we go again. This is somebody that you've already had a relationship with, and you already shut that door, closed that chapter. You know, maybe you were a person that had to do some speed healing, or you didn't get closure, whatever, and you healed yourself and closed it off. Okay, what did they think? That you were in a fantasy world? They're in a fantasy world. That you were going to leave this door open? Hell no. You were like, no, bitch. Okay, so yeah, no. All right. Let's see. Okay, there it is. Okay, test results came out as well. This person could have an illness. This doesn't have to just be about getting somebody else pregnant, although for some of you that are younger, that could be, you know, you're in your fruitful years. You're This could also be that they have some kind of a sexually transmitted disease. Okay, this is a card of something that happens with sexuality. They could have a disease. I'm telling you, I don't feel comfortable with this, because I'd be like, bitch, you're going to have to be tested 14 times. Like, that's if I was even attracted. You guys aren't even attracted to this person. You realize this person was never attractive. Like what was attractive about them is who you thought they were. You thought that they were a nice person. You thought that they were a good person. You thought that they were a helpful person, a person that does good in the community, that does nice things for people or worries about people or some kind of a leader, and they were not. Okay, just because you have the title doesn't mean that the badge isn't plastic. Okay, so let's see. And there we go, third wheel. There was always somebody in the background. Like this whole reading might as well just go with the oracle cards because the order may not be exactly the same. They're numbing out. This card wasn't there before. They're numbing out. This is how they are. They're just like sitting there, you know, sitting on the dock of a bay, having a drink every day. You know, they're just sitting there in Margaritaville. Some of you got your name could be Rita like me. Like, fuck, go away. Okay, so here we go. And fighting. They want to fight with you is what I'm telling you. And it could be that they're like the heifer that they're with. Maybe they're not completely, flip it, switch it, and reverse it, for whatever those genders are. There's fighting, but I get that they want to fight with you. They want to argue with you. You're like, bitch, I don't know you anymore. You could have known this person so long ago. Like this could be from 3rd grade and this person's got a bone to pick with you or they got a problem with the bone that they want to pick and they want to spill the tea. So they want to come in and try to tell you some shit about somebody else. And you're like, I don't even give a fuck about any of you guys. So, go write a book. Okay. Tell them to go write a book, tell them not to talk to you before you put them into the book more than they are. And going broke, they could be asking you for money. It's like, bitch, you owe me money. Okay, so there's something here, like they're going to tell you maybe that spilling the tea is that they were with somebody who took them for their money. Well, that's a you problem, isn't it? That's a them problem. Damn. And I can't help falling in love with you. I mean, this is who it is. They're going to say, I'm in love with you and I'm falling in love with you all over again. Somebody's spying on you. Secret affair or party scene, or they're like going to be like the aging player that wants to like remain relevant and doesn't want to like just age gracefully and go into their golden years, or like this could be a retired motherfucker trying to have some kind of an affair with you and you're like, no bitch. I mean, this is really weird. Or maybe this person's going to lie to you and say that they're divorced or whatever from whatever their April Fool's joke is or what that is with the Fool card. That Fool card came out 3 separate times in the other reading, 3 separate decks in the same position, and that would be the Fool, the April Fool's card. Somebody's birthday is in April. I would not put it past it to be an April 1st birthday. That's an April 1st birthday. Somebody could be a Taurus. Okay, so let's see. Now that could be an April 1st, and the Taurus could be sun, moon, or rising. Don't get too specific with those. Okay, Holy Spirit, before we move on, I don't want this to take long because like the story is the freaking, look at pulling strings. They're going to talk to anybody that they have to talk to in your life or around you or go around you or circumvent you or talk to anybody they can. They're trying to figure out if you're in a relationship, are you in a sexual relationship? Are you married to somebody else? What are you doing? They want to know everything and they will pull out strings from everywhere to see if they can find a loose thread to get something on you. Okay, and making bank. They think you're making money. They don't know what you have or how you have it, but they see that you're doing well, that you're happy, that you're adjusted, and they're like, where the hell have you been for the last 7 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever? And this card came out as Family Feud. Okay, so like there's problems in their family, and there's some old motherfuckers here. Like there's like older people, the old guard challenging the new guard, or some people got some weird cultural shit going on where people just can't be who they are, or these are a bunch of gay people that don't want people to know that they're gay, or they're into some weird shit that they don't want people to know. But Family Feud, there could be some weird shit going on, or everybody's trying to tell each other what to do, or this is some archaic shit, or this is some stuff that doesn't make any kind of sense. These could be people from another country. There's the ex drama. They're going to tell you that their ex, this person, your ex, is drama. Gosh, I feel like this one is more to the point here. Let's get another one here. Why is the ex being drama, Holy Spirit? What is the ex drama about? What is their freaking, who wants this? Nobody wants this person. And that's probably why they're trying to they're like, let's be friends. If I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby, but I'll take friends. Okay, so this is somebody that wants to be your friend. No. Like if they were your friend, they would never have put you through this. A person who's your friend would never put you through this. Okay, and you should see that other reading when it was in the Housewives Tarot. Like it got kind of crazy there. And look at lies detected. That's enough of the curiosity. We're going to move over to the Housewives Tarot. I'm telling you that this person from your past is no good. If you're a very young person and you would take some advice from somebody who loves you that you don't know, look, I love you and I don't have to know you. I'm not your mother, but I don't have to be to let you know. If you are a young person, take a lesson and learn things faster than I did. And people that are old as fuck like me, I'm 57. Like I said, I'm old. Okay. So I've been around. I've seen these things. I can tell you how it goes. I can't be there in every scenario or duplicate every scenario with you, but I can tell you that if you learn the lesson quickly and know that it doesn't matter, like, oh, say, can you see? Like, forget about what's traditional because people like this, they're not well. And this person, what are you going to do? Get together with somebody and say, but I'll only be with you if you take a comprehensive set of psychological evaluations. And then we sit down and then because you're already, can't you see that? Don't you see that there's something wrong? There's something wrong with them. They won't pass those tests. And I'm sorry to say it's that severe. Everybody be like, well, nobody can afford those tests. Or I mean, like, but yeah, you can. You can go into some kind of premarital counseling and say, I've got serious concerns. And then you could like go to your doctor. And then your doctor is going to tell you right before you even try to get this person into any kind of testing. They're going to say, if you already feel this way, you shouldn't go get married or you shouldn't be in a relationship with somebody who's unstable like this. This is an unstable person. There's some kind of a personality disorder. This could be a little bit hard to explain and obviously speaking to a collective, but this could be somebody with like a borderline personality disorder. There could be something very significant here about that. There could be some kind of post traumatic stress concept that they're going to try to milk. It's like if they find out that you suspect that what look at magician down there. This is a fucking liar with the King of Cups in reverse. I'm telling you. And yeah, what can I say? All right, let's just go right into it. And I'm going to see if this proves itself out like it did before. Seven of Cups. This is an illusionist who's at the bottom of their game. They're on their way down. Okay, they're not at the top of their game anymore. They're not on their A game. Somebody went to A school. I don't know. This is a person who's just almost like not relevant and they know it. Like it's almost like it gives old man or old woman that doesn't want to accept that they're old and that their life is different now. And they are not moving into that period of their life gracefully. They're like kicking and screaming because they don't want to grow up because they're a Toys R Us kid. Okay, so let's see. I'm telling you, Six of Swords. You already moved away from this person. This person could be in the military. You've got rifles there, or was military. Could be somebody who, could be as simple as being like, a security guard over at Costco. Okay. All right. So now we have the Hierophant. This is a person who is or was married to somebody else. And Ace of Swords. They are a liar. Okay. Now it could also be that that's not true, and they're trying to cover that up from you. 10 of Cups, Hierophant. They want to try to marry you and say, look, I'm going to give it to you all. And here's a pretty blue dress. You're like, cram that dress up your freaking... never mind. Okay, so let's see. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, tell us again, what is up with this person? What do they want from my collective? What do they want from us? What do they want from you? If you're the cross watcher, please stop. Just get out of everybody's energy and, please be well, live long and prosper. Somebody maybe likes... Okay. All right. Too many. Telling you, I would not trust this. This is an untrustworthy person. They think they're going to like, I'll be the hero you've been dreaming of. Like, no, you're not. You're not. Like, this is the type of person, if like an ambulance came there on the ambulance, you'd be like, get that fucker out of my way. Like, they're going to hurt me. Like, this is a person that you don't trust at all. Yep. Lovers. And it was in the challenge position. A decision is going to have to be made. A red car could be, I almost said a convertible. Maybe it's a red convertible. A red car could be significant or something about a red car. But look at this is like, taken off, but it's like you're going into the ocean. The ocean could be significant. There's 3 hearts there in the distance. There's 3 people. Okay, this is a person who's never going to be faithful because like what it is about them, Tower, Queen of Swords. They're having a crashing, burning situation. They're on the way down. They're hiding a lot of shit in their gelatin weird ass. And the Queen of Swords, we've got the Aries, not Aries, they could be an Aries, but we got Gemini, Libra, or why can't I say it? Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius there. Yeah, this is very similar to what I was looking at before. Now, the Lover's card didn't come out first like that, but the Sun came out right here in the same position in reverse. Like you've already been like, yep, no matter what, even if they were to come back and offer me a vacation in Tahiti, I'm not going anywhere with you because you could get me trafficked. You could be trying to hurt me. This is a person that could be involved in some kind of like federal financial crimes. Like There's a whole lot going on with this person that you don't know. And I think that's what it is that they don't want you to know everything about them. And invariably you would find out because you're inquisitive. Okay, we got the Judgment in reverse. So like this person made a poor judgment. Look at how many major arcana already. This person made a bad judgment call. Their heart is not light as a feather, and I don't know what they thought about you. And again, here we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. They're on the way down. Maybe they're old enough to where like death, we all have to prepare for death. We have to think, that as we get older, that becomes a real possibility. This person could be like, holy shit, I'm going to die. Or they could have something going on with them. And you're like, yeah, bitch, like everybody does. Like, get over it. Seven of Pentacles, they want to live forever. They want to delay things on purpose. Okay, and look at Seven of Cups. 7 could be significant. Angel number 1177 is significant. That means that you need to stay present. Angel number 1177, November of 1977 could be significant. You could be born in November. November could be significant, or they could be 77 years old, because in the other reading, I was saying that this is an old fuck. Okay, I don't mean to be mean. I just feel like this person, you have to like deal with them this way because they're an NPC. You could be dealing with a person who is an NPC. They are soulless because they came in and did not want to repair their karma, do the hard work. It's like they instantly become an NPC. It's like, okay, so you give up, I give up, and then it's over. 3 of Cups, that's at the bottom. Okay, so right there, 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. They say, look, I want to work with you. I'll buy you a hose or whatever. And then, but it's an illusion and I don't know what to do. I don't know which to choose. They're living like this is like somebody who like thinks they're like, and Tom Cruise is a big bloated, like he looks like shit. Now he's got plastic surgery, makes it look worse, and nobody likes Tom Cruise. And at the same time, this person's got this idea in his head that he's like the Top Gun, that he's like Tom Cruise, or he's like on Mission Impossible. And in truth, this is a fantasy. Okay, Hollywood isn't real, and neither is Scientology. We have the Death card in reverse, so we've got somebody who's resisting the fact that this is an end. They're afraid that this is over. Yes, this is over. Look at it. There's like fucking flies. There's bugs in this. Okay, this is over. You ended this and you've moved on, and maybe you're with somebody who looks like a fucking model and they look amazing and they feel amazing and they take care of you and they make you feel great and they would never let anybody hurt you. And, probably your person doesn't want to bump into the person you're with now, especially if you're a female. They don't want to bump into this person. They might know about this person already, and that could be why they're flipping out. Okay, so for the outcome, we have the 6 of Wands in reverse. So it's not going to be a victory. Like maybe they're like, I could make some kind of a small victory out of this. No, bitch, you'd probably come in with a small ring too. Or, look here, I've got a twisty tie. It'll work. No, it isn't about the ring. It isn't about anything. It's about the fact that you are a false person. Okay, so let's see. Keep your private life to yourself. If you're already in a relationship, that's up to you. You don't need to talk to anybody about this. Maybe you're with somebody who gives you really great advice and is keeping an eye on you and watching your back. You know what I mean? And if you're not in a relationship, that's okay. Don't tell anybody about your life. Live your life and live it openly and happily and do whatever. But remember, there are people that are mentally ill here. This person is mentally ill. I don't care, male or female. There is somebody here that is mentally ill and has been hiding it for a very long time. King of Pentacles reverse came out the same way, same exact position. This is a person who's fronting. This is a person who isn't as well off as he says he is, or this is a person that tries to describe a life of ease and they don't have it. They're trying to pose. This is Catch Me If You Can. This is a fraud, and Catch Me If You Can, this person gets a job, with the government. This person could have a government job or has a government job, had a government job. I mean, like that could mean that maybe, I don't care if you're a janitor at the Pentagon. I mean, I don't know what it is. Okay, so this is just a person that could have a job in real estate. This could be a realtor. This could be a banker. This could be a financier. Like if you're very young and you're not at those levels yet, it just means King of Pentacles, you're a little bit older. You might have children already, or maybe you own a car, you own a few things here because you've leveled up. For me, kings are about 40 years old. Sometimes I see them in their 30s. It depends. Okay, nothing here yet. One more for the summary. I want to see. Oh, so we get 2 more. Yeah. 6 of Pentacles. This exactly the same position. And this card was actually in the next position, in the challenge position in the last spread. So 6 of Pentacles, this is a little boy. He just wants to play dress up, play Halloween. This is somebody from the past. This is somebody who won't let go of the past. This is somebody that hangs on to like the old glory. You know what I mean? Like, glory days in high school. This is really weird. Okay, so another one here for the, too many. All right, for the current position before the challenge because, well, let's move the world up to be like, yes, because this is over and you have filed it away. And they're going to be like, no, 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 no. I'll take you traveling all around the world. I'll buy you a pretty little yellow house. We can have a baby together, or, maybe this is grandpa. Okay. So now we've got the Hermit. You went into Hermit. These are the same exact cards, different positions here. And the Moon in reverse. All the secrets are exposed. That is an eclipse. You could have gotten more information on the last solar eclipse, okay, because it is in the past. And here you are, the Hermit, right on top of that Queen of Swords. So this bitch over here could be the one that they ended up with, and they were lopping off their head. They're like, you go to that woman that you're so in love with, I'm going to lop off your head. So he's a pussy. And you went into Hermit mode and took yourself a nice ritual bath. And all the secrets are out. Sun and the Moon, that is an eclipse. All right, so you've already let that person be eclipsed out of your life. You're sleeping well. You got Pond's cold cream on your face with your little curlers in your head while you sleep on your nice little foam mattress dressed in pink. All right. Yeah, you need to be very careful with this person, because even if he is away from the heifer that he was with, or if he's still with this one, this is somebody that he was like, you piss him off so much that he went and tried to make you jealous by going to somebody that was actually cringe. And what's that supposed to make you feel? You went on and lived your life. This is the past. We're seeing the Six of Wands over here. This is over. And so for the crowning influence, look at, you're the High Priestess, same exact position. You are the High Priestess. In the near future, here he comes, here she comes with the temptation, walking down the street. Get the funniest looks. This is somebody that could be older. You could be born in the year of the monkey. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. So for you, what's coming in next is, money. Maybe they're going to try to offer you money. I never like it when I see, even if it is it's not inverted, it is a pentagram. It always gets me thinking a little bit. This is Pentacles, but it makes me think a little bit. This is a person that could be like dibble dabbling, like chanting your name 50 times a night in some kind of weird meditation, trying to manifest you back. And you're like, you don't even think about this unless these stupid cards come out and tell you some stupid story. I mean, I guess it's good to know that they're in your energy or trying to get in there so that you can just keep them blocked. All right, so with the Seven of Cups, for you, what is it that it looks like on the outside? Well, everybody's looking at you like the Four of Wands. Everybody sees you doing well, that you're happy, that you're doing your thing. You could be single and own your own home, or have a new home, or moved into a new own apartment. Maybe got another job. Maybe you're just chilling and you're going to go friggin' kayaking, this summer and take on some new sports or something. And this person's like, but please let me offer you this bullshit over here. And you're like, fuck me. No. Okay, so the card that is in the hopes and fears for you, we have the Strength. Came out in the same you'd have no choice but to believe me. What reason do I have to lie to you? This card was in the same exact position right here, and it was for them, that they wouldn't have the strength to be able to get through this or to work through you. They just felt very weak. And then you get it when I'm asking the question. So maybe you're feeling like you could be weak to this person. Don't be weak to this person. You're strong. Hierophant, Lord, here we go again. Okay, so we got the Hierophant. So you need to remember to stick to your rules, your patterns, your belief system, what matters to you. Don't let anybody try to convert you. Don't let anybody try to invert you. Don't let anybody try to sway you. But at the same time, there's no denying that this card means they're going to come in trying to marry you. Ugh, give me a break. Nobody wants it. Okay, how do they know you're not already married? How do they know that you're not already fully committed and in something that you're satisfied with? Like, they don't know. Okay, so for the summary here, what do we have? Can't grab them. Yeah, they can't grab you. They want to grab you. I don't know. They might want to take you away, do something to you. Be careful with people like this. This person's not well. I don't know what they would do. What if they're going to take you away to some weird place like Epstein's Island and you're fucked? Once you're there, you're there. Somebody's name could be Jeffrey. Yeah, look, they're going to come in all Knight of Wands pretending to be a soldier wearing a, 4-quart saucepan on their head. And they've got a little plunger that they're going to use. Look at this is a joke. This is a person who doesn't have any real substance. They're just going to be like, I'm going to come in and show you my little pee-pee and see what you think of that. Okay. And then we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. They don't want this over. In fact, they want to prick you. They don't want this to be over, and you need to let it be over. I'm telling you, you'll be much better off. Yeah, same exact position. They're coming in trying to be a fake emperor. They're not a real emperor. This is an emperor with a Napoleon complex. Somebody reads my okay, so then we have the King of Swords. Yeah, this could be another air sign. This could be another Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. They don't have to be, but they could be very judicial. Like this is a person who could be an attorney, even though look at Temperance in reverse or Temperance upright. This time, last time it was reversed, this time's upright. They're going to tell you, no, I am balanced. I don't have a chemical imbalance. Yes, I will go to the King of Swords psychologist. I will tell you, I will take some blood tests. I will take a venereal test and, prove to you that I don't have any diseases. What else are they going to try to tell you? I'm like so sick of this reading. Okay, so Nine of Wands, they're very defensive. They're going to try to fight for your honor, or they see you as very defensive. That's what I'm thinking. They see you as very defensive. Because you're going to say you're a liar. And that's all you'll ever be in my eyes. This person's going to have to realize that what they did was permanent, and maybe they're going to have to be stuck with their number two, the person that was, they couldn't get with number one and they had to take number two. Well, honey, you're going to stay with number two then. Okay, because they see that you are in the Nine of Pentacles and I can bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan. And never, never, never let you forget you're a man, 'cause I'm a woman. Okay, so that's an old Angelique commercial. Fragrance, like, yes, I'm that old, I told you. See, I'm like old like her. Okay, so what else about this, son of a bitch? Because that's what I'm getting from here. This is a person that's got some issues that cannot be solved on their own. And they have such a thin skin. They're defensive about everything. This is a person that's going to take offense about everything. Because they're just a King of Wands, like building their shit. I'll build you a fence. I'll do some shit. I'm going to sit here and pretend like I'm a randy dandy King of Wands. Yeah, nobody wants you. Okay, yeah, maybe you were cute like once upon a time, but now, this person's like old as fuck. Well, I'd rather go with the King of Swords anyway. A real King of Swords, all right? Maybe a little cold, a little aloof, because that person is a magician who like wants the 10 of Cups with you, or they're like, no, I can make it happen. I can give you a washing machine. Okay, bitch, I can get my own washing machine. Okay, so they were with the Empress in reverse who caused them a Four of Swords and they want to bring it back. And there's the Temperance card. Anything else? Yep. This person's going to ride in on their little hobby horse. Horses are significant. This is a little person who's going to like, look at me. I'm a nice little boy. Somebody could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What does that tell you right there? Not saying that all fire signs are bad, but that you got to be really careful with them, because so often it's just like, there's a nice little spark there. There's a nice little burn there. And it goes like okay. All right. That's just for the typical situation. I'm talking like a basic behavioral analysis. Okay, just from what I've seen, only because I'm 57, I've seen a few. Although, look, I did date, a Sagittarius, and that's the one that I was saying. He was much, much older, but he had everything going on, and there was no problem with that. I just wasn't feeling it that way, and I felt like he wanted me to replace his dead wife, and I can't do that. And then he was at my job all the time, and then he was at my apartment all the time, and it was like, oh my God, I can't do this. And then I saw a little hint of a game, and I'm like, I got to cut this guy loose, because I'm really not that into him. Like, the physical part of it, like those parts of it, could have been interesting, but that's not what makes a relationship. I just wasn't into him, and I don't like people interrupting me at my job or visiting me all the time. So I'm a person who spends a lot of time alone. I'm just like way too independent for people. And the only person that's ever going to get anywhere with me is going to have to be somebody who's very confident, because I just don't like, I can't handle men that are not sure of themselves. You can put on your armor and pretend that you're all big and bad, but if you are not inherently a confident person, I don't want to deal with you. Okay, because this is what's going on. Romantic feelings for you. They're like, oh, I remember kissing you. All right, and they're having romantic feelings. What do you feel like? What are you feeling like? What are you going to feel like if this person comes near you and you even entertain any of their bullshit? Not judging you. You do whatever you want, but I'm telling you that this is an exercise in futility, because like nothing good happens when you go back to the past, especially somebody who did you that dirty. The number 6,000 was showing up in the other oracle cards, and I don't think I have time to pull that again, because if not, you'll never get this reading. Okay. You don't want to feel anything. You're like, Rita, I don't want to talk about this. Like, nobody wants to talk about it. Okay, it's only good like for analysis, or to help other people not go through what you did, kind of thing. Yeah. Oof. So there's two. You're like, let your Friends help you. You're like, nope. Calling, because whether or not you're with somebody now, you will call in your soulmate. And you have let go of this. You have let go trying to control it or doing anything with it. Okay, sweetheart, sorry that this thing didn't record, but maybe I said some things that didn't need to be known at that time for whatever reason, for what it's worth. But, you know, your ex has some kind of a weird obsession with you and is stalking you at Winko Foods. I don't know. If somebody has seen you somewhere or they got a glimpse of you and maybe they haven't seen you in 7 years. We had 1177. I've got 2 4s on the clock, so it could have been 4 years. Maybe for some of you, it's 44 years ago, 45 years ago, but this person's going to try to come back in. And I don't know what you're going to do about that because look, top of the deck here with my other weird deck, quid pro quo harassment. Watch out, because somebody could even be encouraging this person to come in or sending somebody else to come in to bother you for a very specific purpose. And I don't know what it is, but we'll have to do another reading. Take good care. Love you guys.